Hey guys, I'm Kevin,
I'm Jake.
and this is Movie Matters. We are in a new month. Can't believe it's November already, which is wild. And we're doing Asian cinema, and we're starting it off with the 1985 film Police Story, which I've never seen. Jake, you have never seen as well?
Nope.
What'd you think?
I liked it a lot. I'll talk about it in a minute, but like not having like an English dub like bugged me a little bit. But
Come on.
overall, like I mean, there's like not much to complain about in the movie. I just can't fucking read subtitles fast enough. So for me, it was a little bit of a struggle, but I did like it.
Movies like this with subtitles, especially in our modern era of being on the cell phone all the time and texting all the time and being distracted all the time, it's hard to watch movies with subtitles. I'll give you that. It didn't bother me at all. I really liked the movie. I thought it was super solid. I think it's one of the better movies we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Super entertaining, super fun. I mean, the movie starts off with 15 minutes of just pure action right off the gate, right out the gate, which is awesome. I love when movies do that. There's not enough of those lately. I like when a movie just like hooks you in. You need that hook.
Yeah.
And every time I go see a movie recently, I'm just like not sucked into the atmosphere, to the world, to the like cinematic sphere, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's so hard for me to envelop myself in some of these movies. I mean, I saw the most recent Tron movie, and I thought that movie like was super awesome for the first like 45 minutes. Then it dragged and like went downhill really fast and then came back up slowly. But like that was entertaining for the first 45 minutes. Like I want something that really envelops me, and that's really what hooks me for movies lately. Is I look for that. Maybe my standards are a little high for that because not every movie is going to do that. But even if it's an emotional hook or like a character hook, that's what I'm looking for. And this movie, granted, it doesn't really necessarily have that character hook right away, but it has that action hook that I really like. And the movie's super entertaining and super fun. I mean, it's Jackie Chan. He wrote and directed it. He does
Yeah,
all
just
his own stunts.
So cool. Like I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, I knew he was in it because
Yeah.
we had talked about it. But yeah, I had no idea that he wrote and directed it also, which is so cool.
Yeah, I really want to watch the other ones.
Is there
And this-
two more?
There's like I love how like every movie we've done lately has like 6 sequels. I was looking and I don't know if like it's hard to tell if it's like a B movie that's like someone else made or it's just like bullshit.
Yeah.
How many? I think there was like 5.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah. While you're looking that up, I'll build on what you said a little bit. Like, you know,
6.
that
6 of them.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Yeah, Police Story, Police Story 2, Police Story 3, Super Cop, First Strike, which is a Police Story movie, New Police Story, and Police Story. I love when
Jeez.
sequels just have the most uninteresting, just very like, let's just use the same title as the first one, and
Yeah.
we're good. So what were you going to say?
Yeah, so like the movie does hook you so well right out of the gate.
It says 7 movies on Super Cop 2.
Huh.
I don't know if that's considered it or not. Huh.
No,
And,
there's a lot of them.
Jeez.
Wait, I saw, I think 2 and 3 came up on like the Watch Next like
For
list
HBO?
when the movie was over. Yeah.
Yeah. But sorry, I interrupted you again. Please continue.
But yeah, I mean this movie does such a good job of hooking you in right away. with, like you said, it's this huge action sequence, and like it sets up the movie in like less than 2 minutes. You know exactly what this movie is going to be about, but then it does a really good job of switching between action, cop drama, and comedy.
Yeah,
Like
I had
really well.
I had no idea this movie was going to be funny.
Yeah. I mean, I had caught a glimpse that it was like labeled action comedy.
Yeah.
But the way the movie started, I was like, oh, maybe it's just like one of those things where there's like a couple like, funny lines or whatever. But like, it's like actually kind of like similar to Rush Hour in like some ways,
yeah.
though not as like, straight on like funny, but I mean there's like maybe 4 or 5 like really good comedic moments that like really actually made me laugh out loud. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, the movie that got him famous to American audiences is Rush Hour.
Yeah.
That's what made him famous here. But he was already decently famous in like Hong Kong and China.
Mm-hmm.
And because he had directed other movies, he, was big into stunts, and he was in a few other movies. I was trying to like kind of look up some more about him, but he's done directing before. He has his stunt team that he has. It's really impressive. Like he is. I mean, obviously we know him from Rush Hour and a handful of other movies, and I've always thought he was great and funny, and his stunts are awesome. But like, this movie is on a whole nother level, in my opinion, with the stunts compared to like the American movies, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, like the fight choreographies in all of the Rush Hour movies are like really good.
Yeah.
This movie blows all of them like out of the water in terms of the shit that he does. Like, it is truly wild. Like some of the fight sequences in this, like, it's crazy.
Even just the opening with the cars driving down through the favela, it's awesome. And what's funny is I was like, oh, Bad Boys 2 totally like paid homage to this. And then when Jackie Chan is playing chicken with the bus, which is fucking awesome, and they stop and they all fly out of the window, it's great. And that is paid. Tango and Cash pays homage to that when Sylvester Stallone in the beginning, points his revolver at the bus, which is funny. Which, if you haven't watched that movie or seen our review on that, please go watch that, because that movie is awesome. Even though it's campy and bad, that's what's great about it. And I also really liked our episode on that. So please check that out if you haven't already. We'd appreciate it.
And I mean, something that I'm sure will continue to come up this month is how much influence Asian film actually has on like Western cinema. And like, it's not something that's like usually like talked about that much.
No.
But like, there's very much a lot of American directors are big fans of like particularly Japanese directors. Like, I think a lot of the Westerns in like the 60s and 70s were all kind of based on like the samurai movies of like the 50s and like early 60s in Japan.
Akira Kurosawa.
Kurosawa for sure. And like, just even like, I can't remember the name of the movie, but or the Last House on the Left. Who did that? Wes Craven, or was based on an Ingmar Bergman movie, which was based on Rashomon, which is a Japanese movie.
What?
Which is pretty interesting.
I had no idea about that. Holy shit!
I just read that over the weekend.
Damn.
But like, there's a bunch of like weird things like that. And then one of our favorite movies, The Departed, is based on a Japanese
Infernal
police
Affairs
movie. Yeah.
Have you watched it?
No, I haven't, but I
Okay.
want to.
I watched it, and it's like I have not seen. It's like a trilogy. There's three of them.
Yeah. Mhm.
I've only seen the first one. I watched it somewhat recently. I think it's on HBO, or at least it was
Yeah.
when I watched it, and it was good. And you can see a lot of the, like, it's very Departed, and it's. I mean, obviously, I prefer Departed over it, but it was good. I liked it. I didn't think it was amazing, but I thought it was good. It's cool to see the differences. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see, like, even like the John Wick movies, like the gun fu,
Yeah.
like anything like that. That's very influenced by a lot of these action Chinese action movies. The
Yeah.
Hong
Well,
Kong
I mean,
cinema.
Bruce Lee is, by himself, is pretty influential.
Yeah.
And, like, fight sequences, Kill Bill, it's like, heavily influenced by, I think the, like, karate movies of Bruce Lee and, like, Japanese, like, samurai kind of movies.
Yeah. I want to watch Enter the Dragon. I've never seen it. I really want to watch that.
I've never seen any Bruce Lee movies.
Yeah, neither have I. Just seeing if Enter the Dragon is streaming anywhere. Nope, you got to pay for it. Yeah. I'd love to watch that. It's got a high rating on IMDb. Also, it makes me want to watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
Yeah.
which I've been on kind of a Brad Pitt kick lately. He's really good,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like, I'd almost argue, and I'm getting off topic here, but that he's kind of underrated. I know that sounds stupid because he's amazing.
I would say recently he's underrated.
He's just
Like 20 years ago, no, he was not. Like,
well, the thing is, looking at his filmography, he has been in so many fucking awesome movies.
yeah, yep.
So, I don't know. I've been on a Brad Pitt kick lately, and I just watched Ocean's 11, and he's eating in every fucking scene in that movie, and it's like he's the best part. Rusty. And what turned me on to more of his movies was F1, because F1
Yeah, I
was
still
fucking
need to
awesome.
see it.
Oh, it's great.
I've heard it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're getting off topic. Let's get back to Police Story. Police Story, I mean, dude, I love, like, when the slapstick comedy kind of really comes out when you realize Jackie Chan has his, like, one of his detectives or one of his other fellow police officers go and try and scare Selena, the witness that they're trying to have prosecute or testify against Chu, the kind of drug dealer that he's after. And I love that whole sequence where he's like fake fighting him and he keeps getting hit in the head with like a vase or like some type of glass. This movie has so much glass breaking in it. It's insane.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the crew actually joked saying this movie should be called Glass Story instead of Police Story with the amount of glass that they went through. I just love that because then the witness Selena, like they get actually attacked, and that sequence is awesome when the car is like the car smashes into their car and he's like going through the car. Like that's just very classic Jackie Chan of like him like sleeking his way into like a window and like punching someone
like
and
jumping like through a window like it's a monkey bar and then kicking a guy on the other side of the
like
car and like
so cleanly. So
Yeah,
cleanly. Like how do you
it's
not?
nuts.
It's like playing Operation but with stunts. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
I mean,
crazy.
He jumps onto like 3 different moving cars in that
Yeah.
scene alone. Like,
It's crazy.
and it's all him, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, 100%. Most
which
of the
is like
stunts are him.
insane. Like
Yeah.
some of the stunts in this movie, that like you can tell are like 100% real. Like he actually had a car drive at him and he jumped onto the hood and rolled into the windshield and
Yeah.
then got up and jumped off in like one take. It's like
It's
so
really
wild.
impressive. Really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's well done, and that's what's cool about it. And
Yeah.
it's different from our movies that we normally do. I mean, us as Americans, we're mainly into American cinema, obviously. And I don't know about you, but I've rarely strayed from American cinema. It's not often that I watch a foreign language film or a foreign film. It's very rare that I do that.
Yeah.
But the ones I do watch here and there are fantastic. Again, the subtitle thing does pose a little bit of an issue for you and I, just because again you have to pay really a bit you have to pay attention, but you also have to be reading at the same time. And I guess we're
Yeah.
not as good at multitasking as maybe the
No.
next generation.
But I mean, I will say that we've watched 4 other foreign films, I think.
That many?
Come and See, The Beast, Ron. I think there's one more.
Police
Or maybe
Story.
this is number 4. But all 3 of the others that we've watched,
Paris,
have-
Texas was technically a foreign film.
yeah, technically,
But it
but it was in
wasn't-
English.
Yeah, and you could argue that The Beast was mostly in English too.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I mean, so between Come and See and Ron, dialogue is like extremely sparse in both of those movies, so it's actually pretty easy to like
Yeah.
pay attention and watch and like follow what's going on still. But
And
yeah,
we've
this,
watched good ones.
yeah,
We watched
I
some
mean,
good
like,
foreign films.
to be honest, I think the foreign films that we've watched have been like my favorites of like this entire podcast so far, which is kind
Wow.
of funny, but
That is funny, especially considering, like you said, you're not into subtitles. I
Yeah.
am impressed. At
The Vanishing
yes,
is the other
that's
one.
right. That's
the other
right.
big
Good-
one that we
Yep.
watched. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that movie too.
yeah.
I'm excited to do our end of the year review, like how we did our last year, how we did it last year, and did an episode on what we liked, what we did, like our top 5, our top or our least, or our bottom 5. I liked when we did that. I'd like to do that again.
I think our bottom 5 are going to match pretty closely, but I think our top
We'll see.
5 will be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to do that. I always like doing that. It's a good surprise episode. But getting back to like the comedy again, I was very surprised by the slapstick humor in this, and again, it really opens the door for Jackie Chan to do Rush Hour. He was like a perfect fit for it, and I always liked those kind of interracial buddy cop movies. That was like really big in like the late 80s and 90s, starting with like Lethal Weapon, for example.
Yeah.
And then you get Rush Hour.
Yeah. The like mismatched personality.
Yeah.
Buddy
like
cop
Die Hard
movies is-
3.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I always, and those are really good. They're all
Yeah.
really good. I like when he comes home and his girlfriend, like the whole dynamic between him and his girlfriend is hilarious.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed all of that. And like how he's like talking shit about her and she's still in the room, which is really funny. And then like the amount of cakes he gets thrown in his face is also really funny. That's like very slapstick, very, very slapstick. And I was very surprised by that. I like when he like plays the tape because he's like, oh, I got Selena on tape, and she's gonna open the put Chew behind bars, and it sounds like he's having sex with her,
Yeah.
and that's really funny.
In
Like,
the
that's-
courtroom. Yeah.
yeah, in the courtroom in front of everyone, which is so funny because I love comedy like that. It puts the main character in such an awkward place, and has everyone turn against him, which is funny.
Yeah.
I always
Well,
like that.
it was set up so smartly and executed in like a very smart way. Like the payoff of him playing it in the packed courtroom, like during the trial, is like perfect, you know.
Yeah.
Especially because that courtroom scene is pretty intense until it gets to that point, and then it's like, you know,
Yeah.
a big epic fail, and it's hilarious. But
Yeah. And then it sets up the rest of the movie,
yeah,
which is good. The only thing I don't understand is why Selena goes back and they don't kill her. Is it because and correct me if I'm wrong here, but my take on it is she goes back because she thought the other guys were a setup that came to fight her or came to like kill her. That's my impression. And
yeah,
then
I think that's
because
right.
the court, like the trial is dismissed, she's like doesn't have to testify anymore. So she's like, "Oh, I'll go back with him," and that's why I don't know, and like they use her as bait then. So
Yeah, because I think she goes back because she's like proven her loyalty, you know. And then I think Chu takes her because he wants to kill Jackie Chan and her and frame him for it, you know.
yeah,
So then everybody can, or he can, you know, get away cleanly or whatever, you know.
yeah, he's like wants to put this top cop down.
Yeah.
The whole framing like sequence is cool. I like that where I mean, you know that was going to happen where they were going to shoot the other cop.
Yeah.
You kind of anticipated that, or at least I did. And then, you know, Jackie Chan has to prove himself, which is really cool. And that's such good stakes and writing, in my opinion, where it's like just the whole arc of him is good for the most part.
Yeah.
It's like he's built up because he's this top cop, and then he's you know kind of beaten down, and the worst of the worst, and he's all the cops are trying to arrest him because they think he's killed another cop. So it's a really cool arc and
like
story.
that, the sequence when he like kidnaps the like police chief
Yes.
and like, you know, pulls him through the station, then like in front of like SWAT teams and stuff, is like a really intense scene, and like really well done. And that's like, I think, a good like development kind of moment for him, that like he's you know, extremely determined you know, to prove his innocence. And like but you also get that little bit of like, well, it's a lot of recklessness, you know, coming through in like even in the final scene, you know, is like where he just kind of completely lets loose.
Yeah, I
But
love
like,
that.
you know, like, yeah, it's like that's what you kind of want out of the like you know, kind of vengeful cop, you know, taking justice into his own hands, you know, kind of thing. So
Yeah, that's kind of a typical cop narrative.
yeah.
I mean, he also basically earns the respect of the chief, which is cool.
Yeah.
At the end, I like that where he's like, "Hey, I'm not going to send anyone after you. Like, go get this done. Like, I trust you." But it was interesting. Like that chief guy was like young, like
Yeah.
so young. I don't know. That was interesting. But then you get this climactic mall sequence, which is awesome. The fight scene, the fight choreography is incredible. The stunts are incredible. Everyone gets thrown through glass, even the women. His girlfriend gets kicked down the stairs, which is brutal.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. But what's crazy is like, it actually looks like them doing that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is actually them, but we should probably Google that. but like that was so well done.
Yeah, all of the stunts and stunt work are like impeccable, which is like for a movie that has the quantity of stunts that this one does. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And like you said, like I didn't really catch any like stunt double, kind of scenes in this. It's like usually you can spot, when it's a stunt double.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you're
reading
really paying
about it right
attention.
now.
But yeah, I didn't really see any of those kind of glaring like stunt double kind of moments.
Yeah, it says that it was just careful choreography for her getting kicked down the stairs. But it's well done.
I like the motorcycle sequence was really cool. When he like, I don't remember how he gets in the situation, but he's like jumps on the floor and then like rolls against the steps and the guy drives over him. Like that was pretty cool. He like drives the guy into the wall with the motorcycle, which was really
that part
cool.
was cool. So that where he runs through the glass, that was not actually him.
Oh,
That was not Jackie Chan. But that was like one of the very few times he didn't do that. Didn't do the stunt. But you've got the best stunt of the movie where he is trying to get the suitcase and get to Chew, and he's like all the way at the top floor of the mall and has to get to the bottom, and he slides down that pole.
Yeah.
And it's so good that they show it 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
And and it is. It's like it's literally
it's pretty
what
awesome.
I wrote down when I was taking notes watching this. I was like, this stunt's so good they had to show it 3 fucking times. That stunt is incredible. There's a huge block of text that I'm about to read that Jackie Chan has talked about in interviews about this stunt, and it's fucking badass. I was reading it. So, all right. So Jackie Chan estimates that his crew had already been shooting in the mall for several months. By the time they got to the pole stunt, the Police Story production was under some degree of pressure from the mall to wrap up. By the time the pole stunt was set up, the sun had begun to rise. There was going to be a lot of broken glass to clean up before the mall opened in the morning. While Chan is somewhat infamous for taking the time to get his stunts right, in this instance, there was a real sense of urgency. Chan and his team did not rehearse the stunt at all. And as if the stakes weren't high enough, there were no wires, crash mats, or safety nets for him. If Chan missed the pole, there'd be nothing to catch him or break his fall. Pretty fucking crazy, dude.
Jeez.
Like, the original plan was to power the lights with a low voltage car battery. But as they discovered on the day, the car battery just wasn't able to power the whole structure. So they plugged the lights into wall sockets. This meant that the voltage of the building itself could potentially electrocute Chan. To assuage Chan's understandable concern, the tech crew assured him that if anything went wrong, they would simply cut the power. Chan perched on the guardrail 6 floors above his final destination, a prop kiosk shielded by sugar glass. He told the crew that he would give the signal before initiating the stunt. When I nod, I'm going. Chan was, by his own admission, rather scared. A member of the Jackie Chan stunt team snuck a good luck totem into Chan's pocket during a hug. As Chan tells it, a crew member mistook a nervous neck motion for the go signal. Someone shouted, rolling, and the deathly quiet atrium filled with the motors of all 12 high-speed cameras. That amount of camera coverage was exceptional at the time, especially with Chan's own filmography. But they only had one shot at it. Again, that's probably why you see it from 3 different fucking angles or 3 times. And they only had about 400 feet of film. Knowing this, Chan let out a scream and jumped, which you see in the movie. By Chan's estimate, the distance from the guardrail to the pole was about 8 feet, which he cleared without a running start from an unstable crouching position. During the descent, the string lights did not electrocute Chan, but they did have a different unforeseen effect. Incandescent light bulbs are hot to the touch. They can even ignite paper and certain kinds of cloth with direct contact. The heat, coupled with the friction of the descent, resulted in second-degree burns on Chan's palms.
Jeez.
The instant Chan hits the floor, he gets up and starts fighting. This is all the more impressive considering, as Chan relays in his autobiography, the impact of the fall dislocated his pelvis and caused a back injury that could have been paralyzing. As Chan tells it, his adrenaline was so high that the stuntman he wails on had to tell him to stop. They wrapped the shoot and had a celebratory beer at 6 in the morning. Chan then made his way to the Heart of the Dragon set, where he promptly crashed. In addition to the burns on his hands, he injured his seventh and eighth vertebrae, and dislocated his pelvis on the pole side when he crashed into the kiosk below.
Jeez.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I know that was a lot, but so cool. Like, I was like, if that trivia, that alone is trivia that needs to be in here and needs to be said on this episode, because that is so amazing and shows what dedication Jackie Chan has to his craft. And I mean, that's the first time he did it, no rehearsals.
Yeah, that's insane.
And he fucking nailed it. I mean, that was so cool. And then I love at the end where he just like you said, kind of goes apeshit and beats the shit out of Chew, just like punching him in the stomach a shit
Dude,
ton.
yeah, the like bah, 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 punches was like so great.
Yeah, like punches the lawyer, and and like I love how like all the cops, like the chief and like the assistant chief or whatever, they're like, I didn't see anything, and they walk away.
Yeah,
that part's funny. But yeah, it's so good. Like, this movie's great, and talking about it more makes me like it even more.
Yeah.
I'm curious how the sequels hold up. Let's see what Police Story 2 is rated, because I kind of want to watch it.
Because I think 2 and 3 are both in the 80s, I think, as well.
Yeah. Where's my number? 7.1. That's high.
Yeah.
Police Story 2. Man, I gotta watch these. Yeah, I really want to watch the sequels. I don't know if about all 7, but at least the first 3 I think might be worthwhile. I mean, I've said this kind of about every movie we've watched lately that has 12 fucking sequels. Like, I'd be interested in watching them, but it's just a lot of undertaking to do that.
Yeah.
I'd be more inclined to watch a sequel to this than the other movies we've watched recently, just because of how good this one was. And I'm curious if the sequel lives up to the first one, which it seems like it pretty much does, because 7.1 on IMDb is pretty high. That's very solid.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like, you know, I feel like there's a lot more interesting things that can come from this movie sequel than like the Hellraiser franchise. Like, you know that like every Hellraiser movie is just gonna have the like sex demons, you know, killing people. Like, it's like, yeah, okay, you know, like, I mean, not that they're bad or anything, but
yeah,
that like Police Story 2 might be a lot more entertaining and full of like more interesting content.
yeah,
say.
and different stunts. He's probably not going to repeat himself from the first movie, but I'm curious. I'm gonna watch that soon, hopefully, and we'll report back. I'd like to potentially watch it by the end of our Asian Cinema Month, and see. Which I'm excited for the other movies we have. So, surprising that you like these movies with the subtitles. I mean, get ready for a handful more. Granted, Big Trouble in Little China doesn't have subtitle. Well, it might. But it's not all
it's
in
mostly
subtitles.
in English.
I forgot. I haven't seen it in a while. But next we have A Better Tomorrow, which is John Woo, which I've never seen, and neither of you, right?
Nope.
You haven't seen any of the movies.
None
we're
of
gonna
these.
watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen any
Okay.
of them.
The only one I've seen is Big Trouble in Little China. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to these, and you guys should definitely watch these because these are probably all going to be fucking awesome. To be
Yeah.
honest, they're all going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited for the John Woo. We have 2 John Woo movies.
Yeah.
This month, I'm excited for them because the only Woo movie I've seen is Mission Impossible 2, and
Yeah.
I'd like to be a little bit more impressed.
Yeah. I'd highly recommend Hard Boiled.
Yeah, I've heard that's a good movie too.
It's from the 90s and it's fucking awesome. And the 4K Blu-ray comes out like next week, but it's like $50, but I still
Oh.
bought it. And I'm stoked to get it because it's awesome and I haven't watched it since probably the early 2000s. So it's probably been maybe 20 years, maybe less.
Yeah.
So, and if A Better Tomorrow and The Killer are anything like Hard Boiled, we're in for a fucking treat because it's awesome. So, well, yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed the movie because this movie was super fun. It's on
Yeah.
HBO Max streaming at the moment. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this month, man.
Yeah,
Scary movies are behind us.
yeah, it's a nice shake up. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'm-
agree.
I'm
It's
enjoying it
different.
so far.
Good. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
Yep. See ya.